But I think for the next two, what we're going to do is we're going to run straight line on these panels. They are able to flap their wings around and they are happy, happy, happy. Now we're going to be replacing the roof screws from the main building as well as on the original lean-to. All right, welcome back. We got the chicken coop inside, and we got the chickens in there temporarily, getting them acclimated to their new surroundings. Maddie's gonna make sure they're okay there. We did something awesome. We smoked the first ham that we slaughtered, butchered. We were part of the whole process. Fed them a little bit. I mean, not the whole process. We didn't actually raise them all the way here, so technically, but we're like 9/10 of the way there for doing stuff, you know, here on the homestead. Which it was on the other homestead. I helped feed it a little bit, but it, you know, I digress. So we cleaned out this East Oak smoker. This is a kind of a budget starter model on Amazon. Got a lot of good reviews. So we got it, and yeah, it's a nice unit. It's got wheels on the back, so you can kind of roll it around. Adjustable feet. It does, you know, for the price point it's at, you know, it has the meat probe. It has the, you know, temperature gauge. It has a remote. It's not Wi-Fi though. It's not Bluetooth. So you can't really use the app functionalities if you're like going to do stuff, which we did. We went and did stuff. And we still made an excellent first ham. The marinade was brown sugar and molasses from right here, from sorghum molasses from Roy's place. Some brown sugar, and then some honey mustard dipping sauce. So yeah, it was a first attempt. Tasted pretty good. You know, it wasn't... There's room for improvement, of course, but it was edible, so that was good. And yeah, so the East Oak smoker did really well. We're happy with it. Links below. Those links will support our homestead a little bit if you decide to check it out. So we've taken our produce that we have seeded and started out of the pole barn. The thread of, knock on wood, the thread of freezing has seemingly that looked like the end of the freezes that we'll see here in the Ozark Mountains, but we'll see. There's still a chance, you know, it still could snow in April, so we're gonna have to take a chance. Now we know how to make the low tunnels, and we can cover a lot of these crops. But what we did here in the background, we did get some cattle panel today, horse panel. And that was kind of disappointing because we thought we were buying like $25 cattle panel, but I got a little bit wider panel, and that was a horse panel, which was like $90 a piece. So we went way over budget on these, but we're going to try to combine both beds with the trellis and get ready to plant our beans and peas, as well as some of our tomatoes perhaps, as we trellis those up. These horse panels, if you look, these horse panels are very robust. So I'm guessing like 14 gauge is probably what we're at with the horse panels. Yeah, it looks about right. They're heavy duty and they can hold a lot of weight when they're structural. So we bit the bullet and we paid the extra cost for them. We'll see if it'll be worth it. I guess we'll report back on if it's worth 3 times the cost. Most people would say no. So that took an exorbitant amount of time. put that up because we had on myriad of obstacles. You can't put hugelkultur beds in and have 8-foot stakes. It's just not, doesn't work. And then our tops are all goofy because we had to bend the panels to put them on the small trailer. That sucked, but we got it done. But I think for the next two, what we're going to do is just we're going to run straight line on these panels and use it to grow the tomatoes or whatever that way. And then we're going to pull the Jerusalem artichokes out of the first bed because those are 8 feet tall, and that would shade out whatever you're trying to trellis. So unless we can find something that needs partial shade, but we didn't grow anything partial shade. So live and learn, I guess. All right, so we finished up putting the little bit of a lattice up. We put multiple different types up. We were kind of YOLOing it and got the beans put in. It was a group effort. The rest, so we got the cucumbers are going to go on a slant, and then we got, you know, our verticals for probably some of the tomatoes, and then our arches for the beans and the peas. So that's what's happening there. We're at the last day of the week, and so what we're doing now is Justin and his cousin are putting up the screws. They're actually re-screwing the entire top. The reason we want to re-screw the entire top, if you take a look at some of the original screw here, is that focused in? So you have a metal washer and a rubber washer. This is a sheet metal screw. And what happens is over time, the sun is able to degrade, or the weather is able to degrade this rubber. It makes it less pliable and it's prone to cracking. So you want to replace your sheet metal screws every couple of years, usually 5 to 10 years. And again, it depends on the manufacturer of the screw. But you can see this one has gone too long because weather, rain and snow have gotten into the screw shaft itself and started to deteriorate it. And you'll see this is actually almost completely severed from the expansion and contraction of the roofing material itself, as well as the lifting from the wind, that sort of stuff. So the building is, when you are in a building, a sheet metal, a pole barn, and it's windy out or it's raining out, the weight of the rain and the snow, the lifting from the wind and that kind of thing, metal acts differently than shingle does, and it moves more. So you have to replace these screws every few years to keep a solid, firm grip on your roofing surface. Now we're going to be replacing the roof screws from the main building, as well as on the original lean-to. There was a little, I think we had like 40 feet of lean-to that was just bracing underneath it for a little tractor when these guys moved out. So we're going to replace all those and hopefully fix all of the little leaks before we start drywalling and, you know, sealing up the building on the inside. Hey, all right, we are on the last day of the week. Thanks for watching the video. This is going to be our last video for this episode, this week in the life of Backroads Homesteading. Thanks to all the people who have liked, shared, subscribed. You guys are amazing, and the comments are really, really great to see. So thank you very much for those who take part in our communities here on X, on Facebook, our newsletter on backroadshomesteading.com, which is probably our primary audience. But yeah, it's just so great to have so many great people. Last night we went and spent some time on the ridge with Jason and Tara, and we helped them build a little thing. I don't know if they want us to say it, so you got to go over to their channel. I'll post a link up below here. You can hear Jess, she's on the lawnmower right now. I'm about to spray some Knockdown. We did finish the guys finished putting the re-screwing the roof, putting all new screws in and putting the foam barrier in. We do have the chickens in their, out of their buckets now. The buckets were too small, and they are able to flap their wings around, and they are happy, happy, happy. So we'll do more on chicken stuff. We got the wheels in for the tractor, for the chicken tractor we're going to be making, and I'm going to try one for the laying hens as well as ones for the meat birds that are still over by White Rock Homestead. So again, yesterday we built some stuff. We kind of did a personable day, and it's really nice having such great friends who are of like mind. It's just your ease goes someplace real nice, you know. We sat around and had a fire at the end of the night, and enjoyed some adult beverages, and, you know, talked shop, but also just kept getting to know one another. And they made fantastic burgers and salads and stuff from the greenhouse. So just amazing. All right, so we're gonna start spraying Link's room today. And I'm gonna have to close these windows now. Just tried to, when you're spraying Knockdown, it gets everywhere. And we're not gonna do anything on the floor because we're gonna be cleaning that, and it'll be fine. We're going to be laying down subfloor and radiant barrier and all that stuff, so it doesn't matter if it gets on the concrete. Before we put the outlets in and all that stuff, we're just going to get the drywall taken care of here and go that route. I'm really not sure why these windows are open, but okay. I have to reset that stuff up. Okay. Bouncing back over to yesterday, took the edge of the roof off, getting it ready for the gutters. So you can see the roof overhang now. The gutters will be catching the last part of it, and that's going to go into our rain catchment system right here, and then we'll be utilizing that to irrigate the garden, as well as provide drinking water in an emergency if such things are needed. So we have to pressurize that, and we'll be doing more of that, those videos coming up. So again, like, share, and hit the notification bell to be notified when those are going. Yeah, okay, so I got the mix going here for the Knockdown, and it has been quite a few years since I've done this. So we mix it up, and I have a piece of board here that we were kind of spraying to get some consistencies and making a total mess. So this we kind of got an orange peelish kind of vibe, so I thickened up the mixture so we can really get that like popcorn mix, and then we trowel it down to make it Knockdown. So it needs to be thick enough. It needs to be thick enough so that we can cover up any of the inconsistencies between drywall pieces and that sort of thing. So again, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've done this. So I'm gonna like try to record some of this as we do it, but I don't want to get the camera all full of stuff like I did with the spray foam. So not sure how I'm gonna do it. Sorry, yeah, I guess you gotta get out of there. Okay, I'll keep this for I'm gonna start knocking this down. You can refill that. There's the blade. Pretty good. Very large knockdown, but it'll create a pretty cool texture. Try to keep it as even as you can. Don't push too much. You don't want to flatten it all the way. Some of this I kind of missed a little bit, but it's real gentle. I guess up is good.
I'm a little concerned it's too thick.
This is turning out real good. I mean, this is definitely the largest knockdown pattern I've ever tried to make.
Have you seen, don't you remember Nick's bathroom?
Yeah.
That was thick.
This is probably that.
But again, this is... I probably should have added water. Weird that it's setting so fast, like in the bucket.
Is that quick setting joiner compound?
No, I don't think so. I guess I didn't know. Yeah, good job, honey. I appreciate your help.
See that, guys? He's appreciating me. See, that was the dog saying bullshit. I'm the dog. Appreciate me.
touched a whole spot where I shouldn't have touched.
I'm gonna hold this. Okay, I guess not.
I got some on me. I got some